Good evening and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to BFA's On the Ball show. The weather's been brilliant as ever. It's tried its best and to defeat us, and it got there in the end. We've had loads of cancellation. I'm sure up and down the country it's been one of them days where we're all twiddling our thumbs at home, wondering what to do without any football. The kids' football down at Wanstead was all called off, so there was no Sporting Academy games today, but we do have some action that took place today from Wanstead with the adults football, with the CFL football, so we can talk about that more in the second segment. But as usual, today is all about, and the first segment is all about the kids and the youth football. We've got Tower Hamlets football to talk about, as well as the Sporting Bengal Academy. So without any further ado, with us to discuss Sporting Academy today, as well as Tower Hamlets Youth League, we have some special guests as ever now. To my left, I have Yasin Khan, who's representing Sporting Bengal Under 11s. Yasin, you all right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. And we also have two special guests in the name of Fayez and Cameron, both who are here representing Usmani FC Under 12s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys play down in the seven-side league with the Tower Hamlets Youth, yeah? Okay, we're going to come and talk to you guys shortly. Let me just introduce another guest to my right. He's not been on the show yet. He's very new to BFA, very new to Sporting Bengal Academy. David, welcome, sir.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. David is one of our coaches, and this man is a rare commodity. We've found someone who is who's doing what we all would dream to do, and that's working full time in football, and he gets paid for it, which is a nice place to be at, I'm sure. David, I'm going to come to you straight away. Obviously, I've said it. Your life and your livelihood is based around football, and we all aspire to be there one day or another. But tell us a bit about how you came to be in the, working in football, and what were you doing before?
Yeah, I mean it's only just recent. Before I was football-wise, I was played for Leyton Orient, Chelsea, semi-professional-wise, Stevenage Borough, Hendon, Enfield. Then I got injured, so I weren't playing for a little while. Then I got back into it, doing managing. I was managing Tower Hamlets, which are were called Bethnal Green at the time,
yeah.
but were Tower Hamlets. I managed their reserves.
Okay.
Didn't actually have my badges there, but I got a good experience. Obviously, I got experience from playing as well, so that was good as well. Beginning of this year, I started to actually get my badges. So I'm coming up to my level 2 in my youth module 2.
Mm-hmm.
Was lucky enough to get a job with their BFA, with Sporting Bengal as well. And I also work in schools as well, teaching. Also work for another club, the Foxes FC.
Okay.
So I run their development squad under 10s as well.
Okay.
Also do a bit of work for Shelton Athletic. So it's worked out okay to the point where I was working full time, but now I do football full time.
Okay.
And yeah, it's working out pretty well.
Right. I'm not going to ignore the fact that you're working for Charlton. In what capacity and how does that work?
At the moment I do scouting.
Okay.
So it's identify talent, and then any talent I can identify, then I take them to the academy and see what happens from there. Hopefully they get signed and they push on. So it's just about identifying talent that we think has got potential, and then I'll bring them up to Charlton and see how they do.
Okay. So you've been involved with Sporting Bengal down the academy. The academy obviously been running for nearly 3 years now. You've been involved up until very recently.
Yeah.
You're now in charge of the under 11s.
That's right.
You've had a reasonable amount of time now to get your feet under the table,
Yep.
and kind of establish where you're not currently. The leagues, you're somewhat into the league now. You've played nearly 6 to 7 games.
Yeah, 6 games.
How are you finding Sporting Bengal and the level?
It's been pretty good. I mean, the level's pretty mixed. Yeah, when I first went there, there was a lot of filtering out to do, a lot of organising to do. But now we've got a settled squad. Pretty happy with the squad. It's pretty alright. There's obviously a lot of work to do, but I'm pretty pleased with it so far.
Okay, but in terms of the setup itself, now you mentioned you do some work for Charlton Athletic. You've run another football club in your own time as well. What do you think of the setup of Sporting Bengal compared to the other two, and how would it compare?
You can't compare to Charlton, obviously, it's full-time professional. Yeah. Okay, so that's a different level. I mean, in terms of the other places I work at, it's pretty similar because they're part-time, semi-professional as well. Well, Foxes ain't, but it's still on the same level as Sporting, maybe just a bit lower. But I think the setup's fine. It's good. You know, the attention's there. The setups, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it.
Okay. All right, guys. For those that want to get involved in the show, as usual, the telephone lines on the bottom of the screen. Please, if you've got any questions, any sensible opinions, please by all means call in. We look forward to hearing from you. Right, boys, let's get started. Yasin, yourself, you've been involved with Sporting Bengal Academy now for a long time. You've had a few coaches now. Tell us a bit about why you got involved with Sporting Bengal and how you got involved. How long have you been, first of all, how long have you been with Sporting Bengal?
About 1.5 years.
So it's not too long, yeah? So where were you before that? Did you play football before that?
No.
No, this is your first time you've had any form of football? Not even with school?
No.
Okay, so how have you settled into playing the football game itself? Do you enjoy it? Do you come to Sporting Bengal Academy?
Yeah.
All right, and what do you think of David here?
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah? Okay. Well, it's a good thing he's got nothing to compare to.
Yeah, you have to say that.
Yeah. Fayez and Cameron, guys, you guys are slightly different. You're not involved with Sporting Bengal, but we're going to ask why you're not coming to Sporting Bengal in a second. But you play in the Tower Hamlets Youth League, and you've been involved this season with FC Bengals, FC Usmani, and FC Bengals is yet to come, guys. We'll talk about that in the final segment. FC Usmani. Now, they're a relatively new team. Your manager isn't new, though. Your manager is who? Hafiz, and he's known to, he's managed other teams in the Tower Hamlets Youth League before. How are you guys getting on in the Tower Hamlets Youth League this season?
We're doing pretty good.
What's pretty good? Don't be all modest. Tell how many you've played. What, 4 games?
I think 3.
Three or 4 games, and basically you're top of the table. You haven't lost a game yet, and you had a big game, didn't you, on the weekend? Who did you play?
Seoul FC.
And they're your arch rivals for the league, aren't they?
Yeah.
And what was the score?
7-0 to us.
7-0. Okay. Fires, what position do you play?
Striker.
Yeah. What's centre mid?
Striker.
Striker. And what about you, Cameron?
Centre defensive mid, wing or strike.
Okay. Well, on that topic, we have a call. It's the first call of the evening. Welcome to BFA's On The Ball. You're live in the studio. What would you like to say? I think the question's for Cameron. Hello?
What team did he play for before?
Ah, okay. Good question. There you go. What team did you play for before?
Shadwell.
Shadwell. All right. Any other questions? Who we got? Who's on the line? Hello?
Huh?
What's your name?
Roman.
Okay. Do you play in the Tower Hamlets Youth League, Roman?
Huh?
Do you play in the Tower Hamlets Youth League? Put the TV volume down on your set.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you play in the Youth League?
No.
No. Okay.
I used to.
Who did you play for?
Seoul FC.
Seoul FC. Oh, okay. All right. So were you playing on? You didn't play yesterday when they beat them 8-0, was it? 8 or 9-0? 7-0. 7-0.
No, but I saw the match though.
Okay. And what do you think? Who was the team? Was it 7-0 scoreline fair? It sounds like it was.
I think it was fair because I'm not trying to be rude, but like Seoul FC should have done better.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not being rude. I think that's fair point. Roman, thank you for your call, and I'm sure Cameron. Thank you from Cameron as well. We got another call. Welcome to BFA's On The Ball. You're live in the studio. What would you like to say?
I know he's played for a lot of teams, and he's one of the top scorers. I was going to ask, what's the prospect from him from moving on to a different league? Is there a career path for them to move on?
Hold on one second. We missed the first bit. Sorry, what's your name?
So my name is Hassanat.
Hassanat,
and for Fires, yeah.
This is for Fires. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
So what was the question? What was the question again? Sorry.
Sorry, Fires is known for scoring a lot of goals. He's actually one of the highest prospects in Tower Hamlets. I've known him for a while.
Okay.
I just want to ask, obviously, the Unique Youth League, do they have any prospects of moving into getting scouted? Like, is there a channel for these kids to move on?
Well, the Tower Hamlets Youth League, for those that don't know, I'm along with the Ayers, I look after the Youth League. I'm the chairman for the Youth League. We have, at the moment, the winter, obviously, the number of teams goes down. We've currently got nearly 30 teams playing in the league. It's more of a community league, so it's based in Tower Hamlets. What I would suggest, though, is if From what I can gather, Fires is obviously a very talented young man. At some stages, yes, and the scouts are everywhere. I think if you've got a kid, David to my right will probably tell you a bit more about how scouting works, and we will talk about it in a second. But what I would suggest is maybe get him involved in more of a Sunday team or a Saturday, maybe the Echo League or the Ellie League, where you're more likely to have scouts playing around. And so he's playing at the 9-a-side or 11-a-side level, which is a bit more competitive. And then that would be the next step. But I will ask David that question when we've gone to after we finish with the next goal. It's very popular today, guys. Fires, and you seem to be even more popular. Assalamu alaikum, you're live in the studio. Welcome to BFA's On The Ball show. What would you like to say? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hi, assalamu alaikum. Put the TV volume down, please. Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? You okay?
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Minhas.
Minhas, and who's your question for, Minhas?
Cameron.
Cameron, go on then. Is it a sensible one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Make sure it's a sensible question.
Did you play? How many goals did you score yesterday?
Oh, there you go. All right. How many goals did you score yesterday?
2.
2. All right. Okay. Minhas, thank you for that call. I'm gonna carry on with that conversation because it's important. Tower Hamlets Youth is community league.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get this question a lot. Are you likely to see scouts at these types of leagues?
There's scouts everywhere.
All right.
I mean, I know in Charlton we have designated scouts for different areas.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's a lot of scouts everywhere. I mean, the best advice I could possibly give is just work the best on your game. Like, just don't really worry about the scouts, if you know what I'm saying. Just try to concentrate on being the best you can be, being the best football players you can be. Concentrate on working on your weaknesses,
Yeah.
you know, and improving your game.
Okay.
You will get scouted. If you're doing well, the scouts won't come and watch you once. They might come and watch you up to 5 times to make sure you've got that consistency.
Okay.
You know, so even though you might be scoring goals, which is great, you know, they might not be looking for just goals. They might be looking for build-up play or your control, left foot, right foot. There's whole different aspects of it. So the best advice I can give is just forget about the scouts. Just concentrate on being the best footballer you can be and honing your skills.
And that also means playing at different levels and different
playing
abilities,
at different
right?
levels, different abilities. Just try and test yourself. Always do hard, practice hard in training. Always try to look to elevate yourself to as high as you possibly can.
Okay.
The rest will take care of itself. So don't worry about scouts, don't worry about professional clubs, academies. Just concentrate on just being the best you can be and honing your skills.
Right.
Yep, that's the best advice I can give.
There you go. I hope that's answered that question. Fires and Cameron, and obviously yourself, Yasin, that should be what you're aspiring to do. Don't worry about the scouts, and I'm sure your parents out there, hopefully, like I said, David's give you a bit of insight as to how that works. When the time's right, it will happen anyway. You might not even be aware of it. You know, down at Youth League, Tower Hamlets Youth League, we've had Chelsea scouts there, we've had Watford scouts there, we've had 1 or 2 people actually come out and pick out kids. We're not even aware of it. So it's just one of them things. Like David's mentioned, they have designated scouts in different areas. Okay, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Since we've talked so much about the Tower Hamlets Youth League yesterday, between the big game that took place in the under-12s, FC Usmani versus Seoul, we have highlights from that game. As I have said in the past, if you've got anyone who owns a 5S, or I think the iPhone 6 is out, I'm not sure, or an iPad, if you want to film your matches, get it edited and send it in to me or email it to BFA. We can show the highlights for you here on a Saturday. So without any further ado, let's watch the highlights from yesterday's game, and we'll come back and have a chat to the boys on my left. Enjoy.
Tommy, where are you? Tommy! Tommy, follow! Get up, get up!
Right, hope you enjoyed that. They were clips from the Tower Hamlets Youth League Under-12s game that took place yesterday at Mile End. As I said, thank you to Roman, the young man who called in earlier today. I think it was him who recorded the clips that we just saw. Next time, guys, if you are filming, get permission from the referee and see if one of you can go inside the cage maybe, and then hopefully we'll get a bit more clarity in terms of pictures. Cameron and Fayez, just to say well done to you guys. Cameron, how many goals have you scored in the Tower Hamlets Youth League this season?
12.
12. And what about you, Fayez?
8.
Wow. Well done. Also, you're top of the table as well, aren't you? So do you reckon this season the title's yours?
Yeah.
Yeah? Other than Seoul, there's really no one else to challenge. Is that what you think? You've got 9 teams in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah? And other than Seoul, there's really no one else that you think that can beat you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty straightforward. You're expecting to score more than 100 goals, aren't you? Between you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good lads. All right, well, good luck for the rest of the season. Really enjoyed them clips, so well done, well done. Yourself, now, Yasin, under 11 Sporting Bengal.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about, first of all, what position do you play?
I play centre back and
Centre-
left back.
Centre back and left back, okay. And tell us a bit about, do you want to say anything about any other players? How's the team getting on this season? How many games have you played?
We played 6 games,
Yeah,
and I don't know how many it was, but some of them were thing.
because you got a few free points in it because the other team didn't have
Because-
their
yeah,
cards,
they
they had
didn't have
overrated.
their
But
cards.
you've how, in terms of your players in the team, is there anyone you want to say hello to? They might be watching out there. Do you want to give them a quick wave and a quick hello and a hi?
Yeah.
Go on then. What are the names? Who's your
Ismail,
Ishmael? What position does he play?
he plays centre back.
Oh, he was the one who came on a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
came on?
I'm next to him in the game.
Okay, all right. And who else? Who's your strikers?
Our strikers are Ishak and Yesa.
All right, well done. And for those that aren't watching, for those that are watching out there, Sporting Bengal Academy, if anyone wants to join, for example, Cameron and Fayez, what night do you guys train?
On Thursday,
What time?
5:30 to 7.
7. And where is that?
It's in
Mile End Astro, isn't it? Yeah, Mile End
Myland
Astro.
Astro.
Okay, now the under 11s and the academy team itself, in terms of your development, what's the aims and what's the targets for moving on from here till into the new year?
For myself personally, it's
Yeah.
just developing the players individually.
Mhm.
I know the team, and the good thing about Sporting Bengal as well, they're not results orientated because it's a new team
Yeah.
and a lot of them ain't played 9-a-side. So it's to expect good results straight away is virtually impossible because we play against teams that are well established. For myself, it's about nurturing the individuals.
Yeah,
So not thinking about them now, thinking about them in 5 years' time.
brilliant.
You know, so it's more about that and realising what certain individuals need, because not all of them are the same. Even though the team is a team, they're a team of individuals and they all need to be treated differently.
Okay.
And the way you approach some can't be the same as you approach others. The way you might train some might not be the way you train others. So it's a whole different approach, and it's trying to think about their all-round development.
Okay. Well, that involves structure, that involves sessional plans, and we'll talk a bit more about that moving on in the second segment and the third segment. So, David, you stay there.
Okay.
Guys, Yasin, Fayez, Cameron, thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the season. Cameron and Fayez, I'm sure you'll be banging in more goals, and we'll have you on at the end of the season, hopefully when you've won the league. Also, do you want to just say a big thank you? Do you want to mention any of your teammates and your manager? Do you want to say hello to everybody, the other guys in your team? Give me some names. Who else plays in your team?
Tanber,
Tanbir,
Jami,
Jami,
Mahathir,
Mahathir,
Mahdi.
Mahdi. Okay, brilliant, guys. You've heard it. Your boys just give you a big hello, and also well done to their manager Hafiz, who's doing a sterling job with these boys on the Usmani FC under 12s. Good luck for the rest of the season, and again, we'll run out of time for this segment. We'll come back in the second segment. We'll have a couple of new guests for you, and we're going to talk more about the Tower Hamlets Youth League and youth development in particular, and also we've got the CFL League action. Some games did happen today down at Wanstead. We can talk about them in a bit more detail. So go and make yourself a quick cup of tea, and we will see you in 2 minutes. Assalamu alaikum.